What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one at Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Doing this one here, dog, I had to tap in on it. You know, definitely breaking news, you know what I'm saying, earlier today. You know what I'm saying, Diddy, P. Diddy, Puffy, Sean Combs, you know, was arrested today in Manhattan. That's crazy, and that's crazy because over the last 2 to 3 months or so, when all this came out with, you know, Keefy D and all that stuff, you know, he boom got ghost and kind of went under the radar. Then here recently started seeing, you know, different videos of him out and about in different areas and stuff like that. I don't know if he knew or if he thought things had died down or if he was just prepared because he, you know. But I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to think seeing him out still chilling like that. Maybe he was just, hey, you know, but just, you know, still trying to enjoy himself while he was out. But, you know, people definitely was trolling hard, you know, no Diddy, saying all this kind of stuff. And to this point now, where he actually does get arrested. I don't know, you know, what to think, what he's actually done, and, you know, thought he was just an entertainer, but people live their life a certain way. But let's tap into this right here and see, you know, a little info, and then I'm gonna drop some. But yeah, let's tap in and see what they talking about on this.
Other top story, rapper and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is in federal custody this morning after he was arrested at a New York hotel last night. Dang. Authorities say his charges will be revealed later today when the indictment's unsealed. The arrest comes 6 months after Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by federal agents. You might remember that, part of an investigation into allegations including sex trafficking. Combs has also been recently hit by a string of civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault and illegal distribution of guns and drugs. He denies all the allegations. NBC News correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now to talk more on this. Julia, good morning. So first, just walk us through how the arrest unfolded last night, what we know this morning about what happened. What we know, according to his lawyers, Diddy voluntarily returned back to New York because they were expecting a grand jury to issue this indictment that would lead to his arrest. He was at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York City where he was arrested around 8:30 p.m. last night. Now, he was arrested by Homeland Security Investigations. They're the investigative arm under ICE. Also another reason why I'm talking about Diddy, because I cover Homeland Security, in case you were wondering how I got into this. Homeland Security has been looking into Diddy basically for the last 6 months, at least that we know of. Even earlier, they were the ones who executed the search warrants in Miami and Los Angeles in March, and they've been doing this under a search warrant that was given them by the Southern District of New York. So we can expect more details today to come from the Southern District here in Manhattan. But a key part of why it's important that Homeland Security Investigations was running this is to remember that this could have some international implications. We expect, based on what his lawyer said, that he might be charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. If there's any indications that that the sex trafficking came from outside the country, that could bring up and make this even more serious. But already he's looking at possible racketeering charges, sex trafficking, as well as those civil lawsuits that accuse him of physical and sexual abuse.
Damn.
Julia, first of all, you could cover anything and everything that you feel, so no questions there, but thank you for the explanation. Now remind us the details here, the allegations he's been facing, the lawsuits against him. Yeah, let's walk through the timeline, Savannah. So late last year, a former girlfriend of his, known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit that was quickly settled, but she accused him of physical and sexual abuse. Then 3 other women came forward accusing him of sexual abuse during their relationships with him. 2 of those women were teenagers. And then all of a sudden there was this big day in March. We can remember there was property searches of his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. We saw investigators walking out with electronics, and then Diddy's phone was taken when he was in Miami and an airport on his way to the Bahamas. There was a lot of interest in his communications, so it went beyond what happened in his relationships. People started to look at whether or not he was actually organizing what looks like sex trafficking, and that's really been the allegation at the heart of this now. It went beyond sexual abuse in relationships, and so we can expect today, based on what we saw from the U.S. Attorney putting out on X last night, that they're going to move to unseal this indictment today. So we'll be able to look page by page about what investigators had, what the grand jury did decide to indict him for, and try to get a clearer picture of where Diddy stood in the middle of all of this potential sex trafficking and racketeering. Julia, I'm going to ask you to tell us how Combs and his legal team are responding to this arrest. I know we have a full statement. I do have a question, though, about it after you read it, which is part of it says in there that he is not criminal. It is part of what they are claiming. And I guess just for people who feel like there's been so much news around him, so many different accusations, now he's arrested, we saw those raids. One thing that we all saw with our own eyes was security footage from a hotel that dealt with Cassie and that accusation that you saw there.
Yeah.
And assaulting somebody is a crime. So I guess I'm wondering, in light of their response that you're going to read to us, how we're supposed to take that, if there really is any room for a defense here that you could see. It's a really good conversation. I'll read you the statement and then let's talk about that. His lawyers putting out last night, we are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution. He is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man, nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. Now, often we see, Vanna, that people, celebrities, people with the kind of prowess of Diddy hire very good lawyers, and most of the things that they will say is that, this is an imperfect person, sure, but their name will be cleared in court. That's really hard, though, in the age of social media, when you're talking about the video like the one you've seen, where it looks really clear to an observer that he is abusing someone. And so it's hard to get past that. I will say we've even seen his lawyers try to take to that same messaging platform using TikTok to go through visuals, go through criminal complaints, explain to viewers why they think he is still innocent and why all of this is a conspiracy against him. We should also say that those lawsuits that were filed, especially the one from Cassie, was done when New York opened a window for people with previously what would have been expired complaints to come forward. And so these are part of the arguments that we'll hear from his lawyer. But you're right, it's hard to make arguments about someone's innocence in an age when we're looking at videos. Absolutely.
Yes, that's what that is right there, man. And that's crazy, but that's true though. You can still go look at that video now, man. Yeah. Boy, Diddy, he was saving out in that video, man. Straight saving out in that motherfucker, man. He wasn't playing, dude. He almost, in the end, he almost seemed like he's probably kind of like a mean dude in a way, because then all that MTV show, how he had them doing all that old silly stuff just to be able to. Ain't that something? Had them doing all that to get a record deal with him or whatever, and now rap is to the point you can get your own equipment and put out your own doggone tape. But did all that to get with him, and now look, and there's so many accusations out there. They talking about that. They found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, all kind of lubricants. Man, they charging him with sex trafficking. Somebody talking about they saw Trey Songz sitting in his lap before. I mean, come on, man. I didn't know all this, of course, but then it damn near really started from when Keefy D, when he came about, and he just couldn't leave the clout alone. He had to get some clout off of that Tupac stuff. He got to put Diddy name in his mouth and all this whoop-de-woo. Oh, he paid me and all this and that. He wanted Pac gone for a ticket, for a meal. And, that kind of put him on the hot seat. Now, all kind of accusations are coming out. Who knows? Yeah, he did music, but who knows how he lived his personal life. Sex trafficking, they talking all this kind of stuff. Man, it's almost like an R. Kelly situation, but this sounds a little bit worse almost. You know what I'm saying? People who be, who we feel like got it going on, they shoot. Come to find out, they got, all kind of dirt behind them. And you'd assume he's a wealthy person. Of course, if they give him a bond, of course he can make bail. But I've been hearing things like they're making it hard for him to be able to just bond out like that. I mean, it's crazy. I do wonder though, like I said, we always looked at him as a person in the entertainment business, in the music business, somebody who you want to try to, boom, if you get with his label, you getting somewhere. But I wonder, did he do all that old funny stuff they talking about? All this homo stuff. I wonder if he did it. All this 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I wonder was it for some, some irregular stuff. Him with his money, of course he's out having fun, but I wonder was he really doing that weirdo stuff? That weird over the top stuff for real. That got people saying no Diddy and all that. I wonder, is that real? Something's up because they arrested him. But like I say, as time go on, it looks like we're gonna get a little, we'll see. We'll see if he's able to get charged and all that. I mean, then like they say, he's, people like him can get good lawyers and stuff. But it's just another situation. We have to see how this turn out. Like with R. Kelly, kind of like, which that man on lock now to this day. That's crazy. But yeah, I had to tap in on this one, man, because it's a surprise after all this time, after all the rumors and accusations, they finally feel like they have a legit reason to arrest him. And that's crazy, because the first time they didn't arrest him, but they raided his crib. But now, they got him. But we'll see how this plays out, man. Like I say, it's another one over here at Game Chopping TV, man. Definitely tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game, man. It's crazy.